Everyone was surprised to see them there. Their opponents were supposed to win, but the Toronto Ultra did not care. Back in 2020, when talking about the top teams in the Call of Duty League, you'd be hard-pressed to find the Ultra in the same breath as the Atlanta FaZe. But 2021 has been a different story entirely.
Going into the final of the Stage 2 Major, it was definitely a David versus Goliath situation. You have FaZe, who had won the previous Major. They were the heavy favorites. They looked fantastic, like they had no weaknesses at all in any game mode. And then you had a Toronto Ultra team that was very streaky, very hit or miss. I don't think that they thought Toronto had a chance. I think it was like 0.2% of the people that did the CDL pick'ems had Toronto winning, which is like, it was like 7 people or something. But they proved that, you know, we're here, we have the talent, we have the teamwork, we know how to, we know how to win. And that's what they did.
This is the genesis of a rivalry. The story of the Toronto Ultra finding their footing, clenching their fists, and punching the schoolyard bully square in the mouth.
If there was one word to describe it, it was definitely shocking.
"2020 was overall not the Ultra's year. A rough start and inconsistent performances placed them on the back foot. Sometimes they were hot, other times not. One of the more consistent players on an inconsistent team was Methods. When the team was able to rally around him, they were able to make things happen.
Methods taking care of business, that play going as he finds kill number 7.
But a slew of in-season roster changes ensured cohesion and unity were in short supply. Bance coming in for Metals, Metals comes back in replacing Looney, then Classic gets benched for CleanX, and then Classic comes back in replacing Metals. Yeah, consistency was lacking for the Ultra. Ultra ended the season with 11 wins, 13 losses, and a home series victory. Then, at the 2020 Championship Tournament, they pulled in a 5th, 6th place finish. Meanwhile, the Atlanta FaZe ended their regular season at the top of the scoreboard with a 26-7 record. They went undefeated during launch weekend, won 2 home series events, and took second at the championship. Fast forward to 2021, and due to the pandemic, Call of Duty League was to be played online and broken into stages. A stage consisted of 3 weekends of play leading into a 4th weekend. Enter the Ultra, with a starting roster of Cammy, CleanX, Bance, and Methods that failed to perform in Stage 1. A 1-4 stage record put them in the losers bracket for the Stage 1 Major, and despite 2 wins, they were sent home after a 3-0 loss to the LA Thieves. So, as usual, maybe even expected, the Ultra made a roster change for Stage 2. Insight came in for Methods.
I think Insight just fits better with the team, not only in-game, but out-of-game. I think the chemistry is just there. And when you have that, when you're really able to be on the same page in and out of the game, it just makes everything flow. Everyone else on the team seemed to have really improved. And I don't know if that was because of Insight, which it very well could have been, but it seemed like everything went right for them at the right time.
Despite being 3-0'd by FaZe in week 1 of Stage 2, the Ultra secured an overall 2-3 record to get them into the upper bracket of the Stage 2 Major, giving them 2 chances to make it all the way. A win against Optic paved the way for a loss against FaZe, and a seemingly impossible task was set to the Ultra: win 3 matches in a row to get to the finals. Up first, a 3-0 win over the LA Thieves.
20 seconds left on a hill, you're rotating from P2 to P3. If you get caught, you spawn out, you can get battered on the rotations on this map, so that's a focus point. But maybe for Toronto, the opening break even.
Then, the Ultra dispatched the ROKKR 3-1.
It's just Dandy now. Dandy is in a bit of trouble. And they're able to take him down. Bance with a great round from Ultra to go up.
And then, the toughest test before FaZe, a very strong Dallas Empire that was ousted 3-1.
But he cannot do it! Ultra behind the brakes! Get to a grand final!
And then, the grand finals, the final boss, Atlanta FaZe.
Toronto Ultra defying expectations and making it to this final for Cammy, CleanX, Insight, and Bance. The Cinderella story continues. The slipper fits, she's going to the ball, but will she make it home before the clock strikes 12? That's the question. Chance for their opponents, though, Atlanta FaZe, of course, the reigning champions coming into this major. The team that, quite frankly, everyone wants to see fail and everyone is gunning to try to beat. Do you think Ultra even have a chance?
The Insight experiment for Toronto was working so far. The roster was playing better, they were more cohesive, they were more in control, so it was time for the Ultra as a team to finish what they started. All they had to do was win 5 maps, but this was the Atlanta FaZe, so this was no small task. Let's bring Enable in to break down the biggest moments of the series, starting off with Game 2.
Things are incredibly difficult for FaZe, and Insight just so patient. He's seen aBeZy do it once, he shut him down the first time.
Insight's obviously playing very passive, wants to play his life because they did have a man advantage.
But Insight too clean, S&D prowess.
Dang, okay. He was just kind of in the perfect spot at the perfect time. And he kind of knew that FaZe had to make a play because they were man down.
Just insane stuff right now from Insight. Progression through. He's able to secure that, but then aBeZy clears him off with a 2-piece, and just like that, any momentum he had on offense, aBeZy is going to be there to shut it down.
aBeZy just makes an absolute play. His movement was fantastic. aBeZy's ability to take over and really just relieve any pressure is crucial.
Full cap, and it doesn't look like anyone from Ultra is going to be bargaining for it. FaZe, they win the offensive round, and now we go to the decider.
This is a huge round. You know, Toronto Ultra are up 1-0 in this map. I love what Bance is doing. He's basically just forcing all of Atlanta FaZe in that back left spawn and really being annoying. Because he knows there's not that much time left on the clock. He gets a huge kill on Simp in the one-on-one, and he's just doing his thing. That's why he backs up. He knows exactly where they're going to spawn, switches to the Krig, and he has a free gunfight. He's just being a pest. You know, as you can see, all he did was stay alive, get a couple kills, but block that back right spawn. That was just a great overall play out of Bance. Huge kills, great patience.
Right now, super clean. Selling, though, can't win the gunfight, but the trades are certainly in. They're trying to blink, they're trying to go everywhere, and Simp kills them all.
Wow, that's fantastic shots out of Simp. And this is one of the situations where there are players who can do that purely off of gun skill. I mean, he's still going, not missing a bullet right now with the 74U, killing at all ranges, but caught 1 or 2 off guard, and then he just went on a spree.
Keeps the spree alive.
So right here, this is a huge round and a huge map. The series is 2-2. FaZe is up 2-0 in S&D, but they're a man down.
aBeZy singed up from the Semtex. Meanwhile on the street, Simp. Oh my Simp! Can he find 3? No chance, Simp. Not a hope in hell. Can he get all of them?
That was unbelievable because gun skill right there was phenomenal. But the fact that he knew where the players were going to be coming from and catching them off guard allowed him to get the 4-piece and secure the win.
This is it for FaZe. Pull it back now, force the game 9, or lose Major 2 to the fairy tale that truly is Toronto Ultra right now.
Well, really from both teams, and while he actually advanced, he's just playing aggressive, trying to make the plays. He finds the opening. Simp, though, inside the actual hill can find at least one player, but obviously for the moment, back and forth game.
Back and forth indeed.
Even towards the final moments, this is not bad time for Toronto to try to chip away from the opponent. From the top rope comes CleanX.
I mean, here we're just getting down to the wire. Ultra has about a 40-point lead, and they are on game point.
And Ultra have got it. And Ultra can win the tournament right here.
You can see that they're doing everything to just secure this game, secure the spawns. They don't want it to go to another map.
He goes as fast as he can, can't find the kill. Insight still alive.
It's 10 seconds for the win now. This is it. Simp's going to contest. He's going to get cut to pieces. And what do you know? The greatest underdog going into the tournament. They take the best team in the league the whole way, and they get the job done. Not only do they do it at a respawn, they truly are Ultra as
Their teamwork was on point. I don't think anyone had Toronto Ultra winning, but in that last minute, you saw how good their teamwork was. They were team shooting everyone. They were playing damn near perfect when it comes to fundamentally, and it's a well-deserved win overall.
The Stage 2 Major was an impossible run made possible by the Toronto Ultra, and it's paid dividends for the team. In the end, the Ultra have catapulted themselves into the conversation of top-tier Call of Duty teams, and they fought a rival in FaZe along the way. They really are ultra as fuck.